Good morning, everybody, and very happy Sunday to you, because especially in England, it really seems to be really nice all over the place. From what I can see that everybody's saying, beautiful sunny day, which is really nice. Pity it wasn't about a month ago, but not to worry. But look, they are in the building. So, at long last, all of the people that had pre-ordered the 7x7 ones frames, they are on their way. In fact, I've also received lots of people saying that they've already arrived, so we got packing that. We worked for 13 hours to pack that lot, so that was really good. We also now have the next two sizes, and I'm really pleased to say that they are now available over on the website, which has a bit of a new look. If you hop over, you might recognize this little sort of pattern, which is my packaging, because I don't go for fancy packaging. I don't want to put loads of plastic on the planet. There's enough of that. I don't want to I love some of the other designs that are done, don't get me wrong, but I want to keep it as reasonably priced as I can, because the vast majority of us get our dies, take them out of the packet, and then put them in some sort of other filing system. So subsequently, I just thought, nice little card, tells you where it comes from, package them all up, and brilliant, we get it on. So, yeah, new look website. If you have pre-ordered, then sort of pre-ordered this size, then hold fire, because I have kept those ones for the people that mentioned it to me. I have kept them back, so you don't need to do that. The rest of it is all on there for everybody. And I'm going to show you 3 very quick cards. And they are very quick, and that's what's so brilliant about it. So apologies to all of the experts out there, all of the experts that are really lucky to be able to get hold of various different frameworks and put them all together. Yeah, brilliant. They always look fab. They can be done in all different sizes, and that is great. But there are people that struggle with it, and so that's why we sort of formed these. So these are the next 2 sizes. They come in sets, so you don't have to get one die and then the other. So first of all, we have the 5x7s, which are the 2 popular sizes we've got here. Let's sneak those out of the way. So this is the set that you will receive for the 5x7s. So you've got a slightly wider outer piece, and then you've got the narrower inside piece. So that is your 5x7. Comes in a set, fits in beautifully. Can be done singularly, of course, but the whole idea of the easy frames are that they are double frames, so that one fits on top of the other, and it's just a game changer, as people have been telling me. So that's your 5x7s, and then we've got our 6x6s, which again is a very popular size for people, and so that's what we're going with. There will be other sizes, so I'm not going to tempt you with those at the moment, because they're not even here. But this is now the next sizes. So this is the 6x6. So again, it's 2 pieces, a slightly wider one for the outside and the inside, all in one go. And then we've got the smaller one for the frames as well. Both could be done individually, but the whole idea is that they have been put together so that you can easily make a double frame that fits beautifully inside your 6x6 card blank, or in this case, your 5x7 card blank. Now, when I say that, I will show you them cut out and already done onto said cards. Okay, so first of all, we take the 5x7. So this is your die set that you would need. This is your 5x7 card. This hasn't been cut or doctored in any way. This is how you would buy it as a card blank. I've then taken my largest die and I've cut that from antique gold. And then I've cut this smaller die from white, and I will then pop it straight onto, they're stuck together obviously, and there you go. there's your frame sorted. Okay, so that one's how that one works. They all work in the same way, of course. And then I've cut out from the same colours, which we'll be doing in just a second. And let me bring in my card blank. Here's my 6x6, but bear in mind, as I'm sure we're all aware of, the 6x6 card blanks are actually slightly smaller than that. It's the envelopes that are 6x6, not the actual card blank. So these have been designed that they fit inside this one. They are not 6 inches wide. They are to fit inside what we call a 6x6 card blank. So, whoops. Pop them together, cut them out, and there we go. They are sitting pretty on side our 6x6 card blank. So let me show you how they are formed and make a couple of cards. So first of all, I'm going to take my square ones and I'm going to cut them out for you. So, yeah, we will do that one. We'll do the posh one first, shall we? Well, I think it's posh one. So we've got a card blank. We simply need to take some card and we will take our antique gold and my widest frame. When you look at them, you will see that there is one wider than the other. So the widest frame, popping that on here, will give us both an outer edge and an inner edge, which is what the whole idea is about. So we can make it into a singular frame, clunk, clunk, but it will look really pretty to not do that. So we simply cut that out, pops out the middle, of course, and then just pop that out and we've got our outer frame. Okay, so that is going to sit onto there like that. Then we're going to take our white piece of card. We could, of course, do any colour, but I'm going to do a white piece. We're going to do it in exactly the same way. Pop that through our machine. And we've got, whoops, our inner frame, which all the rest of it's already popped off. So we just pop that out. And there is our inner frame. So we simply pop those one on top of the other. And the beauty of these, as I said, is that you have then got the slightly showing on both the outside of this frame and the inside. Oh, in just one fell swoop, really. One fell swoop. So there's our frame already sorted. Now I've popped a few bits and pieces together here. So I found myself an old bit of card. So I'm just going to chop that up. And I'm going to make that, just measure my frame here. So if I made that about 13 centimetres by 13 centimetres, or about 5 inches, one or the other, that will just roughly give me a good enough background there to be using this card. So I should pop that straight in the middle, stick that straight down. You can see how quick these cards come about. Just take my frame, turn it over, pop some foam on it. You don't have to, but as always is what I like to do. And our cards are part of us, so that's what we like to do. So we just pop this frame on here. Like that. Remove our tape. think you could call this batch making almost, couldn't you? Because it is really easy. Obviously, I have popped some of the bits and pieces out from before. So there is our frame. Pop that, whoops, pop that over the top. Sorted. Piece of white card that is 8 by 8 to go into the centre. Shows up some of the nice patterned paper behind it. A couple of sentiments need sticking together. I so often use this sentiment. Whoops. It is what I find to be, it fits into squares nicely. So I'm just going to put one on top of the other. So the 7 by 7s are already, absolutely every single one of them that were pre-ordered have already gone. So unfortunately, well, or fortunately, depending on what you look at it, they are reordered and on their way, but they will be a couple of more weeks. So do not panic about those. That's going to go on in the centre. And again, you can use all your old dies for this. So some of your lovely frames that you might have, your square type of frames, they are going to look fab onto here. Pop our sentiment in the centre like that. I've cut out some flowers from the daisy blooms. Again, flowers that we have had for a little while. I'm going to pop centre into those. Thought they looked a little bit sunflower-like. Obviously sunflowers, well, my sunflowers still look pretty amazing, which I'm pleased to say. And I've also cut out some of the leaves there. They're from the daisy blooms as well. So again, very, very quick card. Just pop a little bit of good old pin flare. Just to put these in here. Whoops. Don't want that extra bit of glue, thank you. Oh, it wants to stay. And then a few bits. Just poke that in there, I think. Where should we go? One up there. So frames just make it. Wouldn't have looked quite the same, I don't think. Just makes it look at a posh card instead of just your plain piece there. And that's your first card. Okay. Turn it round. Whoops. And that is our first card there. So that's really quickly and simply done. No problem whatsoever with your frames. Sorted. Okay, so let's go on to our rectangle card. So here is our frames, our 5 by 7. Whoops. For our rectangle card. Sorry, all the noise. Right by that too. I do apologise. And this is what I'm going to do with that. So I've got myself a piece of white card and I'm going to emboss, I'm going to cut my smaller frame out of that. And then I've got myself a piece of silver card, which is what my outer frame is going to be of. So let's just do that. So I'll pop that onto there and cut that one out. So it simply sits on, don't need to do anything about it. Obviously tape it on, but you don't need to otherwise do anything about that at all. Pop that on my frame and run that through. These ones will obviously go through a smaller mouth, but I am putting it through my Gemini 2, which is obviously the larger 12 by 12 type, not quite 12 by 12, is it? A4 machine. So there's my frame, and I've also got a piece left over as waste, which is handy for cutting bits and pieces out. So you know, wouldn't be wasting it there. And then I'm then I'm going to take the smaller piece here, which is white, and I'm going to run that through, and that's my inner frame. So the same theory on all of them is that it's an inner frame and an outer frame. Yeah, labels look lovely. Just reading somewhere. Oh, that's a good idea. Popping a little magnetic sheet to your desk. To be honest, I don't know if that is being said, because I haven't watched, looking what you've been saying. I do apologise, but you know, they're not really going to be put away, are they? So I say about, you know, putting them in your own packaging and everything. They're really going to be sitting on your desk. So a little bit of glue around there. We know it's going to be perfect every single time. And what it's going to be is a double frame, so that you are going to have the outer piece and the inner piece, so that you have got that beautiful frame. Then I'm going to take this piece of waste and I'm going to emboss that with an ordinary piece of snowfall, I think it was, no, beg your pardon, falling snow, which is from Creative Expressions. Just going to pop, so that's the waste of the dye that I had. Now I've got to change my plates and go real Gemini for this. So I've got my plates, and it's not a 3D folder, so I haven't got to make any extra, but just that is fine. So I'm just running that through. Take that out, because that is going to be my background for this. Bring my card back in, and my background piece can go right in the middle there, because we know that it was cut out from this white piece, and therefore we know that it's going to be the right size. So again, no cutting. So I'm going to pop that into the center. That's going to go there. And then, oops, I have then taken the Charmed Snowflake Flourishes. They came out about 3 months ago nearly now, I think, from the lovely Phil Martin. And they're just, you know, I've hardly used them. So there's a few of those available if anyone would like them. But I just thought these would work beautifully. Something simple. So my thoughts are that is going to come down from this corner here. And then I've cut a couple of the Christmas wishes that were part of the Maximumcrafts August Christmas card kit. Oh my goodness, that's a mouthful. Going to pop them together. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue on top of this. And that's it. Bit of foam and we're done. And again, another really quickly done Christmas card. Or any card for that matter, but obviously this one's Christmas. So our other one was really a non-Christmas card, but seeing as we've only got, oh, goodness knows what it was now, a very short time to go, about 112 days or something awful like that. But when we've got beautiful weather like it is today, we won't be thinking about that side of thing. So let me have a quick look. Will I be doing a 6x4 set? I'm going to look into doing, obviously there are more sets coming up. Okay, so I will be doing some different sizes. They are already sitting here waiting to go. I also will be doing different shapes, and they are sitting here ready to go. But I have to have a look, because some of the shapes, or not shapes, some of the sizes actually don't lend themselves all that well. I better just put this in place, haven't I? To having a frame round, because they can leave the aperture very small. So I will and am experimenting with what works and what doesn't. And my lovely group that I had yesterday from that were doing a workshop, they had preferential treatment because they were using one of the bigger sizes. So they will be first available to the people that are doing workshops in September with me, because they are on a bit of a limited run. So but they will be coming out further. They're the C5 or A5 size, so they will be in the pipeline as well. So I'm just going to pop my centre. So I'm not going to stick that down too hard, because I need to put my frame on first. Oh, can't see that, can you? See what I mean? See what I mean? Now, just going to lift those out of the way when I put my frame on, because I want them to be sitting on the frame. So a little bit of extra glue, just because I've got the foam on. Pop that onto my 5x7 card. Just using, I could have used any colour of background card here. Oh, beg your pardon. But it's just Christmassy, so we've gone with the silvers. And there's my 5x7s. So you've got your double frame. I've cut out 2 pieces of other card, piece of white that was the background that's embossed, and then my things, which I could actually probably have fitted on that as well, to be honest, which is the waist of the first piece. So very economical as well. Really very simple. Nothing much to it, but it just makes a better thing, really. So we've got that. We've got our 5x7s. We've got our 6x6s. And I've just made up some of the frames, and it just goes, you just grab an image. So let's say you've got old Christmas cards, okay? So they're the 2 frames made up. Let me just move this to one side. And let's just grab some random bits and pieces. So this is a sheet of paper from a Samperia collection. Beautiful. Lovely for scrapbooking and that sort of thing. But again, shall we make a card out of it? Absolutely. We've got these images. Oh, done. Cut that out and we're done. Cut out the background and we're done. Cut that piece out and we're done. Of course, you could obviously change your colours, and your colours choose as to whatever you've got. You could just have a background here of beautiful. You can just literally frame it and find out the best part of your card. What else have we got inside here? There we are. Some beautiful backgrounds here. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, with some sentiment of some sort there or here. Beautiful. So that's like that. We've even got old wait a second. We've got an old Christmas card here. So this was sent to me last year from the neighbours. And if I just hover that over the top and cut that down, Just do that. So thank you very much for your Christmas card. But I like to recycle it. So I'm going to just trim that off so that it's a fraction smaller. I'm going to take my frame. I'm going to pop that over there so that I can see the Happy Christmas as well. Grab myself 5x7 card blank. Pop that, just make sure it is in the right place because I want it to be up there a bit, don't I? Yeah. So I'm going to stick that straight onto the back, the front I should say, of my card blank. I'm going to pop a bit of foam on here. Again, this is the antique copper on here, but you could even make yourself up batch frames of gold and silver so at Christmas time so that you have already got them made. And it is a brilliant way of recycling things, which many of us are into. And it's just a nice way of, instead of sort of just cutting the front of the card out, well, basically I have done that. All I've done is just cut the card frame out, and then the card from last year, I've just chopped it down just a little bit, nothing special. And then bring this back in, pop that over the top. I haven't even got to add a sentiment because the card already said Happy Christmas on it. Christmas card sorted. All of your cards sorted. If you like your frames, if you've struggled before with trying to do your frames and not really knowing how to do them, but like to see it looking good and like to see it great every time, then I think this one's for you. So pleased that you like all the bits and pieces. Yes, Anne, it would be lovely for family photos, wouldn't it? Yeah, I think it really would. There's lots of different ideas there. So they are available over on the website, as I said, on our slightly new revamped website. So do take a good look at that. I'm trying to keep that, if as you open it up, it will show you all the lovely things that you will have been seeing on the YouTube page, and then you can obviously have another look round for the other bits and pieces that we sell. So that's perfect for you as well. I will be back this Wednesday, which is the 4th, maybe. I haven't even turned the calendar. Goodness me. No, 6th. What am I talking about? 6th? Oh, crikey. 6th of September I shall be back with some pretty bits and pieces, which I'd like to show you. We can incorporate a frame or two possibly, but we will be using that for next Wednesday. Now, next Sunday, I will actually be away. So if I get a chance, I'm going to be doing a little recording for you, but it won't be a live session next Sunday, okay? Because I will be away for a few days. But hopefully you'll be able to join me this week on Wednesday at 6 o'clock and showing you some more ideas from the Maximum Craft. So thank you so much, and I hope you've enjoyed these as well. Look forward to seeing you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.